Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Muzammil, and now we move to sulfur, a macro element, but functionally very different. Sulfur is not used in inorganic form. This is one of the very important concepts related to sulfur. Instead, it is incorporated into amino acids, vitamins, coenzymes, and the what about the tissues that contains high sulfur content? Skin, hair, nails. Why? Because keratin, which is rich in disulfide bonds. So there are tissues, those are involved in high sulfur content, that is skin, hair, and nails. Sulfur is delivered mainly from the amino acids. The cysteine and methionine, those are sulfur containing amino acids. So practically any protein, any protein rich diet that would be responsible for the supply or that supplies this sulfur. No need for separate sulfur supplementation at all if you're taking amino acid or protein rich diet. Now let's move to function of sulfur. This is a concept heavy slide, very important, right? Let's divide this pretty slide into different sections. The very first one is the role in structural proteins. That is the primary function of the sulfur, right? Sulfur forms disulfide bonds and stabilizes the protein structure. For example, in case of insulin, immunoglobulins, without sulfur, there will be a protein instability. Next is a connective tissue present in chondroitin sulfate, found in cartilage and bones. Next is the keratin formation. Hair, nails, skin provide strength and rigidity to these structures. Another one is the enzyme function, that the sulfide group or SH group provide. Many enzymes have thiol or the SH group. Groups at active sites. For example, glutathione that actually act as a antioxidant. Next is the coenzyme component. Sulfur is present in thiamine, the B1 vitamin, biotin, lipoic acid, the coenzyme A. These are central to metabolism, the TC cycle, and energy production. Next is the detoxification role. Very important clinically. Sulfur participates in sulfation reaction. Activated form, that is phosphoadenosine phosphosulfate, that is PAPS, that's used in detoxification of different drugs and phenol metabolism. And the last one is the water product formation. For example, endoxyl sulfate, seen in renal physiology and pathology. So let's wrap up this up with the high yield integration. Copper, enzyme cofactor, act as a cofactor. Act as the iron metabolism, connective tissue strength, neurological function. Clinically, we can see copper in Wilson disease and Menkes disease. And what about the sulfur? That is responsible for the structural integrity, enzymic activity, act as a coenzyme, and detoxification. So sulfur, if we discuss this as a strategic takeaway for exams, structural, detoxification, and metabolic functions are the hallmark features of the sulfur, the macro element that is the key requirement of our body. Thank you very much. If this lecture adds value to your learning, make sure like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and stay connected for more conceptual-based or concept-based biochemistry sessions. Thank you once again.